Oh, and I'm so glad. I
Hello
managed to allergy myself a black eye.
Black eye suck. To Out of State DMing, episode 97. I'm your host, lluksblackheart, and both my co-hosts are able to join me today, LadyCelt and the Bacon.
What up, fuckers?
We will be picking up with the spell Explosive Runes. This is a Abjuration Force. Level 3 Wizard Sorcerer spell. Components verbal semantic. Casting time 1 standard action. Range touch. Target 1 touched object weighing no more than 10 pounds. Duration permanent until discharged. Saving throw, see text. Spell resistance, yes. Description. Well, before I get into description, do you guys want to guess on why this spell has pissed off people before?
Team Farva.
Yes, that's a great way to word it. Same Team Farva. But description is...
So,
go ahead.
So when you read it, it detonates it? Or what?
Well, you trace these mystical runes upon a book, a map, a scroll, or a similar object bearing writing information. The rune detonates when read, dealing 6d6 points of force damage to anyone next to the runes, close enough to read them. Anyone next to the runes, which is close enough to read them, takes the full damage with no saving throw. Any other creature within 10 feet of the runes is entitled to a reflex saving throw for half damage. The object on which the runes were written is also taken full damage, no saving throw. You and any characters you specifically instruct can read the protected writing without triggering the runes. Otherwise, you can remove the runes whenever desired. Another creature can remove them with a successful Dispel Magic or Erase spell. But attempting to dispel or erase the runes and fail due to the trigger... pretty much if you fail, you trigger the explosion. Note, magic traps such as explosive runes are not hard to detect and disable. A rogue only can use search skill to find the runes and disable device check to thwart them. DC in that case is 25 plus spell level, which is a DC 28 for the explosive runes. Now, I have personally seen this spell. Yeah, this is one of those same Team Farva spells because I've seen people willing to go into a fist fight over it. Specifically, when the wizard and the sorcerer want to have who can do it better competitions.
The sorcerer puts it in the wizard's spellbook.
Yeah, which, when he reads it, it blows up the book. He takes a bunch of damage. The book gets destroyed because it can't take that damage. And then the sorcerer's like, see, I'm better. I don't need a silly book. And it just escalates from there between who has explosive runes on what. No one starts trusting the wizard or the sorcerer to take any sort of writing from them because they're constantly doing explosive runes and other shenanigans to get each other's back, and it always results in one or more party members just leaving the game because that's toxic as hell. Or both of them get into, I'm going to hit you guys for metagaming because this is both your guys have gone through like 5 characters so far because you keep killing each other's. Stop.
Oh, no. I think I would have to definitely take some action in those situations. Like, guys, we're just going to rock, paper, scissors, and whoever wins, and let's move.
Well, you see, here the problem is that it usually when it comes to spellcasters, there's ego. There's a very big ego of who is the better, who can do it best.
Yeah, who does it best? Who can do it?
Right. It's
I'm
usually
busy.
it's usually a pissing contest.
Yeah, and it gets real toxic real quick. And
Oh
the
god,
only way
yeah.
to fix it is to pretty much stop them from being able to
Spellcasters.
play spellcasters.
Or you limit your spellcasters to one per game
pretty much
when those
yeah.
players are present. And then they have to duke it out to see who's going to be the spellcaster, and then after that, it's figure it out.
Yeah, and then there's the whole if one dies, the other one is immediately like, well, it looks like I get to play a spellcaster now. And then they try to off their character because now they get to play the spellcaster. Because, well, we're only doing one and the person who's playing it's dead, so yay. That's why I have the particular rule of if your character dies or becomes unplayable, you have to sit out for a while. So it doesn't actually help you to try to fight for that role when you already have a character. Because it definitely ruins things. But this is one of the spells that triggers it. Especially when you have spellcasters who have gained access to it start doing either pre-planning to screw over other party members because, well, ego, or I just want to prove that I'm blacker than you because big dick energy.
I was very racist, Dick, if you
You
can't
know,
say that.
I'm not gonna do that. I like you know, I'm not gonna do that to my own game because that's other people in the party as well. But now personally, will I grind up some Takis and put them in your Doritos when you're not looking? Sure. But I'm not going to screw over the whole party if I just got something with somebody personally.
Well, and that's the thing is that not everybody holds that same mentality. Especially with spellcasters, there is always, if you have two or more spellcasters, there's always the ego. Always, never fails.
Yeah, you have that ego because one immediately starts trying to think they're better than it, or they get jealous because one spellcaster either A gets to do shit they can't, or B,
Right.
they just don't like the fact that that person's getting more of the limelight.
Right. It literally turns into a pissing contest, and it does not matter who it is, where it is, when it is. If you have two or more spellcasters, there is always that ego.
Which is so strange because I'm in the game. Actually, the game I'm going to be playing tomorrow, we have, I think, there's 3 people playing, and then we're eating different characters, but there's cast. There's
you
way.
are roboting hard.
You just cut out so much. I did not catch like half of what you said.
Hold on, let me take out my stuff real quick.
I think the dog did more than hide it.
Okay. Let me see. See, I didn't have anybody I was gonna work with to get the bugs out of the stuff I was trying to do. Is it getting any better?
Yes.
Okay.
You're also clearer all of a sudden too.
Yeah.
I think when I try to use an actual microphone, it picks up the air conditioner, whereas I think this doesn't.
Gotcha.
Because of course, my house was built in 1910, so I have window units.
Window units can do that. But no, like we were saying, if you don't have your magic users showing ego yet, give it time. It will regrettably happen.
Unfortunately, no matter what, it's going to come up. I mean, you can have the most chill people on the planet, and you're still going to have spellcaster ego.
Which
it will. There she goes again. I cannot hear anything.
It just roboted again.
Yeah, at the most inopportune moment.
Yeah. I don't think
No, what?
your internet likes you right now.
Well, we've been having problems with it, so
Let's try that one more time.
okay. I'm just gonna do Wile E. Coyote signs.
Wily
So,
Coyote.
so what were you saying about you find it odd?
Well, I think we don't have problems because we're not all the same kind of spellcasters. One's a wizard, one is a cleric, one's an illusionist.
The cleric will probably not be a problem, but your wizard and your illusionist will probably start to show signs later on in the campaign.
Yeah, there's
It won't.
Duly noted.
Yeah, the ego of a spellcaster, especially because the more spellcasters you have, it can be either extremely abrupt and apparent that there's this massive ego going on, or it's going to start building up subtly until it's super obvious.
Because I will 100% say that my ego at the beginning was minimal, but as time has gone on, as somebody who only almost exclusively plays sorcerer, you will see my ego later in the campaign when I am much more confident in my abilities. But I also know I do in fact usually have the biggest dick in the room.
Yeah.
I feel that way about my the dwarf cleric that I play on the one game.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Good. No, what were you saying?
No. Thing I always noticed, not just as a DM but as a player, that a lot of times it's not always that you have multiple arcanists in the group. It can simply just be multiple people capable of casting spells. Because I've seen
Yep.
a sorcerer get his ego hurt and then become a problem because the cleric. I've also seen bards end up getting the target put on them because the wizard and or sorcerer doesn't like the fact that the guy who's playing the lute gets to cast spells. And sometimes
That
it can be
100%
something
happened.
as simple as, oh, this class gets this spell at this level, while the other class has to wait another level or two. Because there are some spells that are shared through multiple classes, but some of them get them like a level earlier. And that right there can be the trigger that causes them to ego explode. Because there's this one campaign I played in where the sorcerer kept getting pissed off at the bard, and anytime there was a sorcerer bard spell, he got it, specifically targeting any spell that as a sorcerer he got before the bard did. Because hey, look, I get this before you do. Haha, nana boo boo. It's like you're having a dick measuring contest with a bard who stops at level 6 spells.
Having a dick measuring contest with somebody with a handicap.
Yeah, it's like they they don't get as many spells as the excuse me. Excuse me. Sorcerer would, like, at all, and they're sitting there boasting that they get this spell. Yay! It's like he has a handicap. Well, I still get it before him. It's like you he has a handicap. Well, that doesn't matter. It's like yes, it does. And then once they get access to higher level spells, for instance, like get 7 level spells, they'll immediately look at the bard and go, haha, nana boo boo, I get 7 level spells, you don't. It's like, you're still measuring with someone with a handicap when it comes to magic. And that same type of person, I've seen them do it to both paladins and rangers, which not only have to wait till like 4th level to get their spells. 4th level spells is the highest level spells they're going to get access to. And it's going to take them a long while to get it. So by the time they're getting access to 4th level spells, which still some pretty decent spells, the wizards, the sorcerers, the clerics already have higher level spells than that. And arguably can get access to some really good potent spells. But what do they do? Oh, you're paying a weak spellcaster class? I feel sorry for you. It's like, they don't even have their magic yet, and their class isn't built solely around magic. It's just this nice little perk they get. How tiny is your
But
dick?
but at the same time, it's still they're not as good as me. Yeah, no, it's spellcast. Listen, I will 100% die on this hill as well. Spellcasters in D&D, I don't care who you are. I don't care what anybody says. Spellcasters have an ego, and it's all of them. It is not one in particular. It is all of them. And I'm looking at you, clerics. I'm looking at you, sorcerers, because clerics, y'all got a god complex, and sorcerers, you're just assholes. And as sorcerer player, I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
But if you are playing a spellcaster, you 100% have an ego issue. Not an issue, but you have an ego. Whether it's an issue or not depends on if you decide that you need to show off that your dick is bigger than somebody else.
Yeah. It's like, not trying to, when I say this, I'm not trying to be a dick or shit on anyone's parades. But magic users in general, they get that ego. They get the ego hard. While it's subtle, or right up in their in everyone else's face, the ego hits, and if it's subtle, you don't really notice it too much until something triggers it. The triggering, that is when you can actually tell A, if they have an ego, and or B, how big is their ego. It's like the saying, don't throw rocks in glass houses. How much of their ego is made out of glass? Explosive runes is one of those. I'm throwing a hand grenade in a glass house, fully knowing that it's going to disrupt everything. It's going to trigger bullcrap. As I said, I've seen people do similar spells to each other's, and then the cleric go, "No, you're not good enough for me to heal you." It's like, I know they're being stupid, but damn. There's no spellcaster is 100% immune to ego. I mean, technically, no one is 100% immune to ego. It's a spellcasters in
Okay,
general. Generally,
spellcasters are more prone to shouting it.
yeah, it's just the ones that show up more often and make people not really want to play games with them are your wizards, your sorcerers, your clerics. Then you have your bards. Then you have your paladins and rangers. Paladins and rangers are more likely or not to actually not necessarily have an ego because of magic using, because they're too much having the ego because of something else. Paladins going, I don't need a cleric to heal. I have a good charisma. I'm just gonna lay on hands. And the ranger going, enlarged animal, greater magic fang. Get him, Fluffy. Yeah. It's like, even druids can get an ego. And it's not easy to necessarily curve egos without somehow creating the ego. Because like, you can humble players a crap ton. You can set things up that go, fuck your magic, and make them rage against the machine.
Kill you.
But like certain people have said,
I'll kill you.
the ego starts to hit and it will cause problems. But it's how everyone handles the problem. Where the ego
That just was such a knowing look. That accusatory.
Oh no, there was a whole issue last night. I was so mad during our game session last night.
Yes. Would you like to tell her what you were facing and why it pissed you off?
We are facing an iron golem. Now,
Okay.
anybody who knows this, are you aware of iron golems and their bullshit fucking that they pull?
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay, well, I found out last night disintegrate does not work on iron golems. Now, argumentatively, in my defense, disintegrate, although it does have a saving throw to reduce damage, does not have a saving throw to stop it.
Okay.
Turns out it does not work because it has a saving throw in general. It has no effect on them.
Iron golems have a magic immunity, and there's generally two things that trigger it. If the spell grants a resistance check, it flips it off. Or if a spell does not bypass spell resistance, it flips it off. Disintegrate not only grants not only grants a saving throw, but does not pass spell resistance. Meaning, you can hit the iron golem all you want. It's considered immune to all effects of the spell.
And my argument there was because it doesn't have its saving throw is not to prevent damage. It is to lessen damage. Yeah, it turns out that was it was a fruitless argument.
Yeah, the iron golem looks at the spell in its entirety and says, "Fuck you."
And I was just cranky to start with, so it was
Yeah,
just it turned into much more of a fight than it needed to be.
Yeah. I will personally blame other people for certain mentalities, and I don't know if that person decided to hop on today or not to watch, because he hasn't said hi. Pixie said hi, and then probably hasn't said anything else yet.
Yeah,
so hi, Pixie.
Yeah, that sounds about right for her.
Sounds about right for her. No, but so when it comes to egos and technically things that just hurt your brain, iron golems trigger that. Like explosive runes does not bypass spell resistance, meaning an iron golem, if it were to read something that had the runes on it, the explosion would happen, the spell would trigger, but the iron golem goes, yay, no damage.
Why but go boom?
Now, another thing to note, iron golems, there is certain spells that do still work on them regardless of any condition. For starters, all rust spells work normally, meaning they're not immune to rust spells. So if a player were to go, well, I have this rusty spell that if I hit something made out of metal, I rust it. It's like, well, that would work on an iron golem because iron golems are not immune to rusting effects. That bypasses their spell immunity. Electricity spells bypass their spell immunity and slows them. So they are technically weak to electricity. Fire, however, iron golems love fire. For every 3 points of fire damage it would take, instead it's healed by 1 point. And if they got slowed by electricity or had somehow manage to get a slow condition put on them, the fire damage they take automatically removes that condition. So there is some magic that does work on iron golems, just not the spells anyone ever wants. It's one of the reasons why the iron golem is one of the most hated golems, because unlike a lot of the other golems, it's bigger, badder, tougher, and generally more of a pain in the ass to fight. And that's what he had to deal with last night.
To be fair, I don't think we would have needed spells to really beat it, but Pixie was doing pretty good at fighting it on her own.
Yeah, because she used her Grimoire, and the Grimoire went, I'm doing lots of damage. Yeah, so she almost soloed it by herself. Then you came in and went, I'm doing this much damage. Well, that's just enough to put it into the minuses. It's destroyed.
I love having inherent feats.
Yes. But to finish off that off topic, on topic / off topic, Explosive Rune is still a good spell. Good for setting traps and stuff. But if anyone has any questions about Explosive Runes, please leave a comment. The next spell, the name will make you guys probably giggle a little bit. And then when I get into what it does, you'll probably laugh a little bit more. Hi, Nova. Thank you for the dancing dinosaur. This spell is Eye Bite. Yes, as in eye as in eyebulb, and bite as in bite. This is a necromancy evil spell. 6th level bard, 6th level sorcerer wizard. Components, verbal semantic. Casting time, 1 standard action. Range, close. Target, 1 living creature. Duration, 1 round per 3 caster levels. See text. Saving throw, 4 to save negates. Spell resistance, yes. Do you guys want to take a guess to what this spell does?
Wait an eye.
What is it, like a death glare or something?
Yeah. Description. Each round, you may you may target a single living creature, striking it with waves of evil power. Depending on the target's hit dice, this attack has many as 3 effects. If the creature has a 10 or more hit dice, it is sickened. If it has between 5 and 9, it's panicked and sickened. If it's 4 or less, they are sickened, panicked, and comatose.
Okay.
These effects are cumulative and concurrent.
Oh, fun.
Sicken gives penalties to attack rolls, damage rolls, saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks. And they remain sickened for 10 minutes per caster level. And well, this is also a 6th level spell, so you're probably going to be around level 12 level when you cast it. So pretty much the creature's sickened at minimum for like 2 hours right there.
I was gonna say, so yeah, something's going down for the count.
Yeah. They would have to run a remove disease, heal spell. Oh no, they cannot be affected by remove disease or the heal spell. But a remove curse does affect on it. So this is one of the spells that the heal spell cannot fix. So you have to use a remove curse. Yes, nerd, your allergies are definitely going to be the thing that kills you.
That's me.
No. But it's your fact that if it has 10 hit dice or more, meaning anything that counts as a living creature, you can make sickened. Because it's sudden pain and fever sweeps over their body. So it's not even like, I just don't feel that. It's you're rocking a fever and your body hurts. Yay for being that serious type of sick. The next one is panicked, but it only lasts a D4 round, so it's not long lasting. But even after the panic ends, they remain shaken for 10 minutes per caster level. And it automatically becomes panic again if they comes within sight of the person that hit them with the spell. Pretty much meaning you make someone panicked, they try to get away from you after several rounds, they're just shaken, and if you pop back up and go boo, they become automatically panicked again. So you can just constantly go, hello there, and irritate the crap out of people. Comatose. The subject falls into a canatotic coma for 10 minutes per caster level. During this time, it cannot be awakened by any means short of dispelling the effect. This is not a sleep spell, and thus elves are not immune to it. The spell lasts for 1 round per 3 caster levels. You must spend a move action each round after the first to target a different foe. So it is effectively using up your move action to actually use it. But since you're most likely going to be around 12 levels, or 12th level of the spell, you can pretty much target 4 different creatures with this. And if it's, again, 4 hit dice or less, you're effectively just going, hi, weak, pathetic creature, comatose. And like I said, this is one of those things that makes elven players get really pissed off. Just like, I'm an elf. I'm immune to sleep effects. It's like, this is not a sleep effect. I've literally, because I've used this spell before as a part of a trap, I've literally hit elves with this. And they're like, I'm not affected because I'm an elf. It's like, your character's asleep. No, it's not. Well, yes, because technically you're not asleep. You're in a coma. I can't be put to sleep. It's like, the spell specifically says, fuck you.
It's not coma.
Sleep and coma are very different.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not the same thing. You are okay.
It's okay, Farva.
Stay right there. Yeah.
Oh boy.
So this spell had the no goose. Goose out. No. Right here. Stay. I love you. Stay right there. I love you, but stay.
He looks like a toddler.
Exactly. No. But I said this spell, like I said, I've pissed elven people who love playing elves off with it a lot because they don't know the difference, and the spell even states that this is not a sleep effect, and thus elves are not immune to it. It's right there. Because people can't read.
I knew I never learned how.
Yeah. But this is still a really great spell if you can get over the fact that it's an evil spell, which means you get evil points for using it.
Well, I haven't heard that line before.
Yeah, you'd be. I probably said this before. I'll probably say it again. The amount of people who go, "Well, it's on my spell list, so I shouldn't get penalized for using it." It's like it's a legit evil spell.
It
Legitly
says
evil. It's
evil.
evil. You're not getting penalized because it's on your list. You're getting penalized because you want to use it. It even says that you are hitting a living creature with waves of evil power.
Evil.
Yeah, big capitalized with lots of emphasis on it. Evil. Evil. Well, I'm using it to defeat the bad guy.
Evil.
Doesn't make it
Still
a good
evil.
act. Don't know. No.
Okay,
It's
thank you, my love.
it's no less evil just because you're using it to defeat the bad guy. It's still an evil spell. Unfortunately, in D&D, you're going to learn that it is not always the good guy defeating the bad guy. It is sometimes a bad guy defeating the bad guy.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that there is that old saying, hire a thief to catch one.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is. It's one of those cases where players refuse to acknowledge things. And I'm not going to lie when I say that there's been multiple people I've played with that will sit there and go, well, according to this, giving this, doing anything remotely evil automatically makes you evil because this book over here says that, oh, an evil act makes you evil automatically. Traveling with an evil person makes you evil. Having an evil item and almost brain farted. Have an evil item and using it
You've never
automatically makes you evil.
you've never penalized our party for that one.
I've done my best not to penalize it because
but they're
it's
all but they're also working very hard on it being evil.
yeah.
Hello. What you doing?
The utter sound of defeat in your voice on that one, because you know I'm ready.
Yeah. Like my biggest problem with the sentiment where, oh, you're automatically evil for a lot of these minor things is the fact that it's not actually coming out of the core DMG or player's handbook. It's coming out of one of the other books. And I am a big fan of, if you're not using the book in any context for your campaign, you do not have to adhere to the book to a
Right.
T
You
because you're not using it.
don't pull shit out of the book if you're not using the book. Don't pull it out just because it says if you use this spell you're evil, but you're also not using anything else from the book other than that context.
Yeah.
Right.
And when I say I've met several people who literally are only doing that because their sentiment is, if the book exists, it's part of all the campaigns.
Yeah, and that's not.
Like,
I mean that very clearly should not be a thing. If that were the case, my God, my character would be so much more broken if I had access to all the books. Because 3.5, although it's not a common damage type, had psychic damage. Can you imagine me with psychic damage?
well, your character wouldn't be a wizard. Oh, no, a sorcerer. You
Yeah,
would be a
mine.
psionist.
Yeah, but still, you know what I'm saying.
Yes,
Could
let's
you
go
could
to
like
a type that the only things you have to worry about would be undead and constructs.
one of those things?
Well, technically vermin, too, because the mindless trait makes them go, I don't care. But then it goes into what psionic abilities and things you're truly going for. Like the psionic warrior goes, I'm using psionic powers to manifest literal blades coming out of my arms, and I'm going to pimp slap you with them.
Right. Right. Again, it comes down to like we were saying though. If you're not using the book, don't use the context of the book.
Yeah. So I will use certain contexts, like if you do enough evil acts, you're going to become evil, because that is in the books. Because you technically start to gravitate more towards evil the more you do evil things.
Right. And then you also have the case of some things are just naturally evil, even if you're not doing evil deeds, you're just naturally evil. A case of being an undead,
Yeah, 9 out
you're
of 10.
naturally
Yeah, 9 out of 10 times undead are just naturally evil because the negative energy that sustains their existence, you're kind of stuck in that boat. You don't technically have to do evil stuff or try to be the main villain. It just means you're stuck in a alignment corner that's going to be really hard to get out of because you have the negative energy flipping you off and saying no.
right. Right.
Yeah, I bite.
I was going to say a perfect example would be the Frankenstein monster, the ruling on the Frankenstein monster in the movie Van Helsing. He's not
Right.
evil, but he comes from evil, so
It's considered evil.
Right.
But I bite being an evil spell because it's literally taking evil power and flinging at people. May not necessarily make you automatically evil off the spot just for using the spell, but you're going towards evil every time you use it. Then there's who you use it on. Most of the time, when I've seen players try to use this spell, it's never for the intended purpose of, this is a big bad guy. We gotta do something to somewhat weaken him so, we can actually win this fight. No, it's I don't like the fact that this guard said we had to hand over all our weapons before going into the city. Because that is a common thing in D&D for places that you're like, no, you can't have weapons past this point. It's going to go in this box, it's going to be locked, and there's going to be a record of what's in it and who it belongs to. If you don't trust the guards, that's one thing. But if you're going to go, I don't like the fact I had to give up my dagger. It's like, you mean the dagger you've never used? You're a level 14 character. Why are you pissed off about this mundane dagger you've had since you're level 1? You never
because
use it.
Because I collect them off of every player I have killed.
No. And this is a real case I'm talking about. They're just pissed off because the town guard went, no, we can't let you have any weapons in here. Now, he's a wizard. He doesn't look like he carries weapons. The dagger isn't even on his belt. It's in his backpack. Are they strip searching everyone? No. They're specifically going, okay, well, that big old axe on your back and that guy's sword on his hip, his bow, his crossbow, that quarterstaff technically is a weapon, especially because it's the monk that has it. Those, you have to turn it in here. We need your names and stuff. Him going, I'm not giving up my dagger. Guards going, well, we didn't know you had a dagger, but
you had a dagger?
You have to hand it over. It's like, thank you for alerting us that you have a weapon. Now he has to dig through his backpack to get it. He's super pissed off. What does he do? At the front gates?
Kills the guards.
I bites the guard. It's like,
yeah, that sounds
what?
About right.
It's like,
pick your battles, people. Pick your battles.
Yeah, and
again, your front gate, there's at least 4 guards there besides the one you just targeted. And people you are holding up in line, and you eye bite him. Yes. Well, he just fell comatose because he's a level 3 card. And now the party, most of which don't even have weapons anymore, have to fight these guards as alarms are being rung, because that's just the guards that are there, not counting the guards up here watching everything. So
and I have an idea of who this is. I have an idea of what player this was.
You'll be surprised.
I'm sure I probably would be, but you know what name is coming to mind.
I know.
Because it sounds like something he would do.
He had issues with the fact that he was that particular person you're thinking of for a long while got banned from using fire spells.
I do remember that.
Yeah. Was he the one that did I bite? No. This was several years before he even started playing any of my games.
Oh wow.
No.
Oh damn.
A player who should have known better immediately uses an evil spell on a guard because he got upset that he had to hand over his dagger. It's like, oh, your character's definitely evil. I only casted it once. I'm like, this is not the first time you cast it. Don't try to lie to me about that.
But it is
two,
the first time you've casted it on an innocent, so
this is a neutral good guard that's doing his job. And for no reason, you just put him in comatose state. I have a reason. He stole my It's like, now you're changing the context. He didn't steal it. There's no theft going on. You're just trying to be a dick. Well, what happens? Well, since you're now all wanted, you're not getting the payment for any of the quests stuff you guys just did. The king's probably going to set bounties out on you because you just made him look bad because the main quest you're trying to turn in here required you to go turn it in with the king. So you just ruined everything for the entire party because you decided that comatose. No. You can't have your cake and eat it too in the context of you being a little shit. So it's, I said, and a lot of times it's not them using it to weaken the bad guy that needs to be weakened. No, they're using it almost exclusively on targets that they are so certain are low hit dice. Including each other's. Because there's been several campaigns where a new person jumped in. It's like, okay, everyone's around level 13. I'm just gonna be nice and let you come in at level 4 character. What is the sorcerer who's infamous for thinking it's funny to screw over party members? He grins. Why? An hour into the game session, I bite. You guys are
That
climbing
could
up
result
a
in
cliff.
some real world beatings.
Yeah, it's like you're climbing up a cliff. He's like, I'm flying. They're climbing. It's like, and I bite that one. Yeah, the level 4 guy. While he's trying to climb a cliff. Uh-huh. Looks, I want to see you pass that save. Doesn't pass. He falls comatose, which means he falls down the cliff.
And that level 4 character's dead.
It's like, well, now we have to make a new character. And now I'm not now it's like we're not using iBite. No. His character somehow survives. iBite is now being erased from this entire freaking game. Why? Because it's not the first time you've done that to a party member.
Because
Yes, it has. No, 2 game sessions ago, you used it 3 times to make several party members sickened because you didn't want them to have better odds at killing the bad guys than you did. It's like, you didn't use it on the bad guys. You used it on other party members so they had lesser odds of hitting and did less damage.
Yeah, that's a dick spell. You can keep that one.
That is a put something foul that smells in the person's car type of activity.
Yeah. So as much as I think this spell is a decent spell, I have several examples of, which is one of them, of reasons why I rather take whiteout and permanently scar my book and white out this entire spell. And then a control to lead it from the internet, because this spell almost has exclusively been used to fuck over party members.
Yeah, it sounds like a very big dick spell. 100% not on my spell list ever. It would. It may not get used intentionally for bad, but I would definitely probably end up using it for bad.
I mean, yeah. It is a put on the shelf of toxic spells. Not because the spell
Yeah,
itself is toxic, but because of people using it.
the people using it are toxic.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
yeah. Um, but so we can move on to try to do one more spell. If anyone has any concerns, questions about iBite, please leave a comment. The next spell, uh, Bacon likes this spell. He's used it a lot in Friday's campaign, especially
Oh
more
boy,
recently. Fabricate.
I love this. Okay. I listen. This spell, this spell is the utility end all be all. If you get fabricate and major and minor creation, you can do so much creative shit with this
Yes.
combo. I will absolutely. I will say that if you are somebody looking for good utility, get you some fabricate, get you either major. I would recommend major creation, but major and minor are both good to have. But I think you need to get minor to get major anyway. Get those three spells. Absolute fantastic utility spells. Um, they have they have come in so much handy, especially with not letting people freeze to death because you can make fur coats and winter gear.
Oh, nice.
You can make summer gear. You can make anything you fucking want. If your imagination is there, you can make anything. 100% recommend it. Major and minor creation allows you to randomly just pop materials out of fucking nowhere, and fabricate lets you turn them into whatever you can. As long as you have materials, you can turn them into. You can use fabricate to turn it into whatever you need. Um, take it.
Yeah.
Take the
Um,
spell.
Fabri-
It is so good, and you can do so much out of pocket shit with it.
yeah. Fabricate is a transmutation, 5th level wizard sorcerer spell. Uh, Components are verbal semantic material. Casting time, see text. Range, close, which means you don't even have to be next to it. You just have to be within a close range of it. Target, up to 10 cubic feet per level, see text. Duration, instantaneous. Saving throw, none. Spell resistance, none. Description. You convert material of one sort into a product that is of the same material. Thus, you can fabricate a wooden bridge from a clump of trees, rope from patches of hemp, clothes from flax or wool, and so forth. Creatures or magical items cannot be created or transmuted by fabricate spell. The quality of the item made by this spell is commensurated with the quality of material used as the basic for the new fabricate. If the work with the mineral, the target is reduced by 1 cubic feet per is reduced to 1 cubic feet per level instead of 10 cubic feet. So if you're trying to do something with raw minerals, like such as stone, gems, and whatnot, you must make an appropriate craft check to fabricate articles requiring a high degree of craftsmanship, jewelry, swords, glass, crystals, and the like. So anything that requires actual true craftsmanship, you need to make that check. Otherwise, it's shoddy workmanship. Uh, Casting requires one round per 10 cubic feet, or 1 cubic foot for the materials, of materials to be affected by the spell. Material component. The original material which costs the same amount as the raw material required to craft the item to be created. Pretty much meaning if you have all of the stuff you need to make a longsword, you can cast this spell, take that round, create a longsword. You still have to make the appropriate craft check to actually make it a working, feasible longsword, but it means you can take what's going to take this guy a relatively long time to do, you can do it in one round. You just have to beat the DC. If you get masterwork material, you can, in one round, make a masterwork sword. Beat the DC. Voila. Technically, if you want to turn a bunch of stuff into a ship, you have the appropriate amount of fabric, the appropriate amount of wood, like all the stuff that you need to actually make the ship in a neat pile. Well, it's going to take you a while, but you can craft yourself, as long as you beat the DC, a working vessel. Pretty much meaning that as long as your caster gets access to the spell, if you get stranded on an island, collect everything there, you're not making a shoddy raft. All he has to do is beat this DC, and we have all the wood and fiber and stuff collected. Here's a basic small raft that can actually float and be usable in one round.
What was it in last session, 2 sessions ago, when I made the steel auger to dig through oh my gosh, what were we drilling? What were we trying to get into?
You're trying to get
Into
into
the
a
fungus.
third vault, and you had to get through a foot of dirt, a meter of mycelium, and then another 5 feet of dirt.
Right, right. And what I ended up doing, and again, fabricate was involved. Major creation was used first. Made steel or pot steel out, fabricated it into an auger, and then proceeded to drill in because it was too time consuming to use a shovel.
Yeah, and he sped up the entire progress, and they actually made it where it was supposed to. But that's a prime example of how Fabricate can easily turn a hard task or a situation that's not really going to work into a working situation because you just made what you needed.
Right.
So, like, all
So
you truly have to do to make sure the item actually works appropriately is make sure you have the appropriate crafting skill or be a big smartass.
that's me. I'm here. No, seriously, guys. We'll die on the hill. Make sure if you want good utility, take fabricate. It is amazing. Even if you don't get the creation spells, as long as you're carrying materials, even if you're just carrying some wood and some stone. Hey, I need a stone axe. We got to cut this tree down.
Yeah.
Or we need a pickaxe. We have to get through this. We have to get into this door that's covered with rock.
Yeah.
Fantastic spells.
Yeah.
Take
Also
take
means
fabricate.
when you're out adventuring, you can gather as much material in the woodlands to technically have a structure. But instead of taking a long time to then put the structure together, the person with fabric goes, "Oh, we have enough wood, and other things that we possibly need to make this thing actually insulated. I fabricate us a little house." Right there.
It's a wonderful spell. Utility wise, absolutely 100%. I think you should take it. If you're a magic user who can get it.
Yeah.
it it's wonderful to have. It's wonderful to use. Take it. Take the spell.
Yeah,
And you can also get creative.
the campaigns I did run years ago, several party members kept on getting pissed off that there was random bridges or just random little things in random spots. Like, why is this stuff here? There's no one here or using his roots. And it's like, you guys are looking for a archmage that's supposed to be hiding in the forest. Yeah. And these aren't the best made things. Yeah. But they make life easier because they're spots that you can easily rest in without having to worry about environmental conditions or monsters. Yeah. And there's bridges making it so you don't have to walk over or go through large streams or small rivers. Yeah. And it's only in this area. Yeah. I wonder why. Fabricate.
Slow down and think about it. You'll get there eventually, Sonny.
Yeah. But that is the last spell we're going to cover for today. Also, if you have any questions about questions or statements about Fabricate, please leave a comment. It would be much appreciated. Remember to like and subscribe, and join us next week for more out-of-state DMing.
Yep.
And remember that there's only a couple episodes left before episode 100, where it's going to be a lot more people in that particular episode because it's going to be a out-of-state DMing server episode. So please tune in to enjoy and watch that. And we will see you next week. Have a perfect weekend.
Okay. Bye, everyone.